I didn't actually tell you, but I've been building a house and it is a very bad surprise. You have your own preconceived mindset about a lot of things. And you need to talk to someone that has real experience.
My own view about marriage is nothing should be forced.
Number one card, Zenith Bank. This is the thing. No, you get what I'm saying.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deborah. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch my content. And today I have my husband with me. Say hello.
Hi.
What's your name? Oh yeah, I'm serious.
My name is Michael, and I'm happy to be here.
I'm so glad to have you. So today we are talking about financial responsibilities in marriage. Should it be enforced? Should it be free will? And our view about it. Without further ado, let's dive straight into action.
Yeah, well, when it comes to the aspect of financial responsibilities, I think it's something that needs to be discussed. And that's going to be my very first point, that you need to discuss with your partner. It's not about, there is no one enforcing anything. When you get married, your free will is sort of kind of directed towards your responsibility, right? So both of you as partners need to discuss about your responsibilities and to what extent are you going to be helping out. It shouldn't just be about, oh, this is what I want in my marriage, or this is what I want enforced. But both of you should discuss to what extent. Of course, the man is the provider of the family, right? But at the same time, based on everything that is happening these days, every hands must be on deck to make sure that the family gets to reaches its goal financially. So, I mean, both of you should discuss your goals together, and you need to discuss what needs to be done, what efforts each one of you must put into it to make sure that your goals are realized. So what do you think about that?
So I think that the discussion should happen way before the wedding itself. Most people get carried away with the fact that, oh, we are in love, butterflies in my tummy, and they refuse to discuss the important factors, the important topics rather. So discuss what works for you. How do you want to do it? And when it comes to being enforced, some partners can be forceful. I've heard about some partners being forceful. If you are in that kind of situation, I think you have more work to do. My own view about marriage is nothing should be forced. Like, I'm not, like, my husband does not, like, you have to, the man is the head of the family, yes, but you are not the head by being forceful. Both of you, the husband cannot do anything without the wife's consent. Like, the wife feel like, oh, this is good, let us do it. And the wife too should not do anything without the husband feeling, this is a good decision. So both of you have to be on the same page on all matters that even include finance. You have to get your partner on the same page with you, or your partner gets on the same page. Anyhow you want to do it, just make sure you discuss and be on the same page.
I see why this might be like an issue, really, because there are expectations on both sides.
Yes.
Both of you need to discuss your expectations. What are you expecting?
If your husband wants to be doing everything 100% and it works for you, fine. It's good. Like, it's just perfect. So discuss what works for you. Abby?
Yeah, of course.
That's it.
So
let's move to the next point. The next point is grow together. There's an habit my husband cultivated, and I think at the end of the day, I enjoy it. When he's learning something new, he sends it to me. If you watch a video and if you, oh, this thing makes sense, copy paste, send me the link. That's even when we're dating, like a long time ago, like 3 years ago.
And I think you even do it more.
Yeah, so with time, and I adjust that thing from him, and I now do it more than him. So if you learn something new, that maybe you went to an event and the speaker there is saying, oh, the husband should do everything 100%, or the wife should do 40%, or the wife should do 10%. Instead of coming to meet your partner and say, oh, the seminar I went today, they said the husband should do everything. You just, no, don't tell him. Just copy the link, paste it and send it to him. Let him watch. Then when you watch, you can ask him, hey babe, have you watched the video? And he'll be like, okay, I've watched. Then after we watch, what we do is we discuss. So because the person you went to the seminar feels like, oh, this is how it should be done, we don't take everything you feel 100%, then we now copy, paste it and apply it to our relationship. Then he's going to ask me, baby, what do you feel about this thing you watched? What is your opinion? So if there are some things I agree with, I'll be like, okay, I agree with this person and I think this can work for us. If there are some things I do not agree with, I also tell him, no, I don't agree with the person. And we discuss it. We don't. So growing, number one. Another thing is, when you are like this and your partner is like this, it kind of affects your marriage or your relationship because you are not the same level. So as you are growing, even as your career is growing, make sure your partner is adding value. As everything about you is growing, make sure your partner is adding value, so that your discussion, most times you would come to an agreement. You'll be able to say that, okay, this one is color blue. Not like you can see blue, your partner is in yellow. So grow together. Always find it. See, my husband will drag you. You have to grow. Like, you have to come here, because it just makes things easy for both of us at the end of the day. So you should not be here and your partner will be here. Make sure you find a way to carry yourself along. As the woman is growing, make sure your husband is growing. As the husband is growing, you are the head. Make sure your wife too is growing. It makes things easy, and it makes life generally. I think it works for us. It makes life generally easy because we see a lot of things from the same perspective.
Yeah. So I think this is really very important, because you should be at the same level when it comes to knowledge in terms of marriage, because knowing one thing and your partner not knowing that same thing will bring about frustration, right? Because you know something and you are willing that your partner knows about. You just learn something new. You need to let your partner know that same thing as well, and not just that. Both of you need to discuss it. If you hear a new preaching, you went to a talk and you listen to a new seminar or something like that, you should share those ideas with your partner. Do a little bit of research as well and agree on your conclusions. Don't just say, should we discuss this now? No, you need to make action points on that particular knowledge that you found. I think you get what I'm saying. So you need to agree that, okay, this is what we want to do concerning this thing, this and this. Don't just say, maybe we listen to it together. You might listen to it together and get different points. Get different things. So you need to discuss, sit down. If it is a seminar or a talk or a knowledge that is really important to your marriage, or you feel that is really important to you, or that can bring change, some considerable change, you need to sit yourself down and discuss about it. So you need to grow together.
Yeah, good. Let's move to the next point.
The next point I would like to talk about is comparison. Now, you should not compare yourself with others in marriage. Every marriage is unique, and you need to understand that. Now, don't say because I saw some guys on YouTube and this is the way they do, then I want to fashion my life that same way. No. As I said earlier, you need to discussion and agreeing is very important. I think there's a Bible verse that says, "Can two
come together except they
walk
agree?
Together except they agree?" It is not possible. And this agreement is even beyond two people working together. It's believing the same thing, agreeing about the same principles. right? So, as I said, don't compare yourself, because you don't know what principles other people are working by. And we learn every day. And those people that you are comparing yourself to might know more than you. They might know less than you do, right? And you don't even know what issues they are backing with. So my best advice, understand that your marriage is unique and treat it that way. Don't try to fashion your marriage the same way another person's marriage is. In fact, don't fashion your marriage after your pastor's marriage.
Yeah.
Right? Fashion your marriage the way God wants it. Right? And you need to, one of the things you need to do is to pray consistently from time to time. And God's wisdom will be revealed to you in how to handle issues, how to handle cases and things like that. Right? So don't compare yourself. Don't compare your finances with another person's finances. Don't compare another person's, because in other people's marriage they might have agreed on what to do because of what is available unto them. If a man has a billion naira empire, he can decide in his own marriage that I'm going to be handling everything.
100%.
Right? And a man that has even lesser money can also do the same. It's entirely up to them. Right? So when you are living together as partners, decide on what to do and keep to it. If you are borrowing someone else's idea, as I said earlier, you need to discuss it. If you see someone doing something that you really like and you want to emulate, you want to try out, you need to discuss it. Don't compare. Don't say, shebi. You need to discuss. You need to sit yourself down, discuss how this idea or how this newfound knowledge is good for you. So
something came to my mind. You know when we just got married and we went to market to buy stuff, you were carrying the backhoe when we bought this thing, and I think we wanted to buy carrots from this Hausa man, Mola man, and he was not telling me that, why is your husband carrying that backhoe? Is it not the man that is looking for money for you people to feed in the house? In the house, collect it from him. So I felt so bad that day, like, so I tried to collect the item from him. I was like, leave it. I said, bring it. You see this Mola that will be dictating what would be happening in our house for us. Will he be dictating what we should do and how we should do it? If that is what he's doing in his own family, that's his problem. This is my family. I can choose to carry it. I don't have a business with him. And that thing struck me like, wow. I was like, so I felt like, that's true now. Why would this man is trying to talk based on what he does in his own family, and he's trying to compare, like, oh, why will your husband be carrying this thing? Are you the one bringing in the money? I actually felt so bad that day, but the way he responded to it made me calm and happy. Then he was like, let me carry it now. So don't just compare. It doesn't work, because now let's assume that Mola said, oh, why is he carrying it? I collected it. Then we moved to another place and the person was not like, you are the man, you should be carrying it. So I will not give you that thing again. We will not move up. They will not say, oh, carry it. So the whole thing just does not make sense, because you would keep seeing people telling you what to do.
Exactly.
And you would keep seeing marriages you want to compare with, like, oh, this person is doing this, let's do this. This person is doing this. Just do you. Do what works for you and you'll be fine. Let's go to the next point. The next point is counseling. Counseling tends to open your eyes to a lot of things that includes finance, how to handle finance. They would discuss about finance in counseling. As a man, what you should do, as a woman, what you should do. These things are things that would be discussed in counseling. So a lot of people they don't care if they spend 5 million on wedding, but they cannot budget 100,000 to see a counselor. And wedding day, 12 hours, your eyes don't clear. Is the information you have on your head, the knowledge and everything that you have equipped yourself with that will carry you in the marriage. So please take counseling serious. Your counseling will answer your question about finance, everything generally about your marriage. It actually helped me. My eyes opened to things in counseling. Like, I had change of mindset, I had change of mind. It made me see marriage from a different perspective. And I'm so thankful I did not enter marriage without counseling. And I'm so thankful that my husband also cooperated, because some people used to have issues like the husband does not want to do counseling, the wife wants to do, or the wife does not want to do. The wife is like, oh, we are fine now. please, counseling is important. Discuss with your partner and make sure both of you, if it's dragging, don't drag, I'm just joking, but just make sure you go for counseling. It helps to give you a new mindset, and it's going to help you generally in marriage, with your finance, with your life, with your children, and it just makes your marriage beautiful. Yeah. What do you think?
Agree. Yeah, I agree. It is really, really important because you have your own preconceived mindset about a lot of things, and you need to talk to someone that has real experience and that also can give you advice on the Bible's point of view about marriage, and also talk to you about real experiences, like someone that will really lay it on you as it is, to be honest. And if your counselor doesn't do that, doesn't really lay it on you as it is, I think you should find someone else. I mean, you are going into marriage forever. You need to get some counseling. It is really, really important. A lot of things that will be addressed just with that time out with those sessions. Really, really important.
It's really amazing.
So you should go for counseling. And the next point I'm going to be talking about is transparency. There is nothing like it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the issues we have in this country. if our leaders are really, really transparent, honestly, we won't be at this point. And transparency is really, really important. Really, really important, because it shows that you have nothing to hide. I mean, if you are transparent about what your goals are, your dreams are, it is easy for your partner to be able to help you out. Now, as a man, you can talk to your wife and say, oh, these are what I'm thinking in the next 5 years. This is what I'm thinking in the next 2 years, and things like that. It helps you to sit down and talk about how each of you are going to be responsible to make sure that those dreams are fulfilled. As a wife too, you need to discuss with your husband, what are your goals, what are your dreams. Talk together. Okay, these are my goals, this is what I want to achieve in my business. She always talks to me almost every time, like, this is what this month. In fact, she's more of a goal chaser than I am. You see, I've met my target this month. So, okay. Oh, I've not met my target this month. So, what I'm trying to say is that anything that happens to you or that you are planning needs to be talked about. Don't hide things. Don't say, oh, I've heard stories of women having buildings. And the husband is not aware. And after building it, finishing everything, they now tell their husband.
How do you expect him to react?
It shouldn't be done that way. And husbands too, that do things,
yes,
except you want it to be as a surprise. And surprise,
something as big as that.
Surprise is even tactical. Surprise is tactical in such a way that my wife, I already know that this is what my wife has expressly told me that I wish I can get this thing. And then I didn't tell her that I was going to buy it. Then I show up the next day and I bring it. That's a good surprise. But now there is no hint about the fact that you are building a house somewhere and you are going out every time, going to supervise that house. And at the end of 2 years, now say, my wife, I didn't actually tell you, but I've been building a house and it is a very bad surprise.
They are good surprise and they are bad surprise.
Yeah. So, you see, don't complicate issues. I know there are bad people. I mean, there are bad wives and bad husbands, and you want to try to make sure that you are not on the other side like a victim.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it takes, if both of you are really willing to work towards a really great marriage, both of you should be transparent. And I think before we started this series, I told my wife that she needs to tell people that if for example a lady is watching this video, she needs to share it with her partner, because you should not be the only one hearing this. You should not be the only one growing. You should not be the only one having this knowledge, because if you do and the other person doesn't, then you're the only one that will act towards the things that we said in this video. The other person doesn't know. The other person doesn't have the same knowledge as you do. So he's not going to put in as much effort as the things we talked about in this video. Do you understand what I'm saying? So both of you should have the same knowledge, so that you put a considerable amount of effort that will complement each other.
So talking about transparency, first thing is, if you want to go into marriage, you have to know that, like, I have to be able to share everything with you. Even when we were dating, maybe like 2 years into our relationship, you knew my ATM password, I knew yours, I knew the digits, I knew everything. I can access his phone and say I want to check his account balance. He's not going to say, because there's no money coming into his account that I'm not aware of. He can access my phone and check my account, check my savings, because I take him along with my goals. Like, okay, I want to save this amount, I want to make this amount, I hit my sales target. So there's no money he wants to do that. I'll be like, are you serious? So you have to be transparent with your goals, with your business, with your career. He tries to carry me along with his career, like, okay, this is what is happening at work. I carry him along with my business. So transparency is key in marriage. You cannot say you want to share a lot of things, but when it comes to money, when it comes to things you are hiding, do not get. And again, I understand people have like fear, like, what if, why will I tell you my password? What if he just wake up one day and take away all my money? And that is where it is important to get it right in marriage. I just know that even if my husband just, maybe I offend him and he wants to get back at me, he cannot say he wants to go and carry my money. Why? Because I know he loves and fear God. The fear of God in him cannot make him do.
I really feel in the aspect of ATM cards and all that, if it's not necessary, like sometimes I don't even need to know if you're paying or whatever, unless I really need it. It's not as if I will sit you down and say, okay, number one card, Zenith Bank, this is the thing. No, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just, okay, what if something happened and I just need it? Should you be afraid of sharing your name or your password? I don't think you should. But then, as I said, if there is no need for it, then
it's not like you now see the person that you have to be sharing your digits with.
I'm not saying you should now be sharing things. You should share things, but don't say because I just learned it that we should share everything. Now you now go and list everything and say, okay, this is it. No, that's not what we are saying. But what we are saying is that when it is necessary, when you really feel that the other person needs it, don't be scared of sharing. Right.
If you enjoyed this content, please give us a thumbs up so my husband can swear and he can come back next time. Please, if you have any questions, please drop in the comment section. We'll be glad to read from you. Please share with your partner, just as we have said, grow together. If you feel there's something, don't go and enforce to your partner, just share, let them watch too. Then you discuss after you have shared. Share with people that you know is going to help, and we hope you got value.
And as you're watching too, make sure you subscribe. I think you subscribe.
Yes, subscribe.
Is it? Okay.
See you in part 2. There's part 2. This is part 1, so we'll be filming part 2, and see you in our next video. Gesticulate.
So,
yeah, okay. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Lord, we pray that people that watch this video will be blessed in Jesus' name.
Amen.
The answer will always be help us in Jesus' name. That will answer people's question in Jesus' name.
Amen.
That will bring peace into their hearts in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you, Heavenly Father.
Thank you.
For everything you're doing. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Can you say if me am? There's nothing like if me am. If I am,
okay.
Not if me am.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you got this part right?
Put it at the end.
You're not serious.
Okay.